experience within decades of our dear nation, Nigeria, to speak about some of the topical issues making around since the last 7 days. Quickly, part of the discussions we'll be talking about today is the press conference from Nasser El Rufai, who have found a way to get himself in the news following his participation issues around them. My name is Adeyemi Adewale. Once more, before introducing my guest, let me also tell you that you can listen to this program on Diamond 88.7 FM, irrespective of your location, by logging on to any of Diamond 88.7 FM's online platform via www.diamondfm.net or at Diamond 887 FM on X, formerly called Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you are just tuning in, good morning. I'm Manager Mao. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Yemi, and good morning to our esteemed listeners all over the world.
Good morning, Mr. Akin. It's nice to have you with me this morning again to discuss issues around the nation.
Back here.
Good morning. Should I say Alhaji Akinlolu or Mr. Akinlolu? Good morning. It's nice to be back here to discuss issues surrounding our nation.
Good morning, dear command. Good morning, listeners at home.
Good morning. This time around, I want us to start locally. Let's start from what is happening in Kwara. In the inter-ministerial briefing that Kwara State government do in the state, they told us yesterday they are having difficulty hiring competent medical personnel. We mean doctors. They want to deviate a bit. But before we get into that detail, let me first get your opinion on why you think we are having this from the state government at a time where we have Japa syndrome. Medical personnel are leaving, and you expect that there are a lot of unemployment out there, including medical practitioners, and we are having difficulty employing them. Let me start with Mausha. With your experience also on the job and knowing the way government and everything work in Nigeria, why do you think we are having this at this present time?
Yes, thank you. We are having the problem due to the workforce in those places are even higher than what we have in Kwara.
Have that not improved?
That has improved tremendously.
So why are we still having it? That's the problem.
Before the improvement, some of the capable hands had even migrated to some of these neighboring states.
Yeah, but so the cry right now is not the fact that doctors are moving. The cry right now is they cannot even hire. So if some of these salaries has improved and we want to hire, why are we finding difficulty hiring new doctors?
Because it is happening at a time that is just like having double migratory trend from Kwara to neighboring states, from neighboring states to advanced countries of the world. Everybody is looking for greener pasture. And along the line, you cannot say the medical doctors should be left out in looking for greener pasture. So definitely, the search for greener pasture, as is affecting almost every sector, cannot exempt the medical sector.
Now, Mr. Akin, I don't see we want to get this one or two together. Reason why I want to in-depthly let's look at it. Because mostly mathematics, you'll be told that 1 plus 1 should be 2.
Sure.
We've known over time medical doctors are leaving. Means is creating space. There were times we were clamoring for doctors to be employed. They are practitioners. Why are we still
according to
having...
the government, they want to employ, but there is no doctor to employ.
Exactly.
That is the point. And it's not only about Kwara State. Even the federal tertiary institutions, they have shortage of doctors. So the problem is not about hiring. They said they want to hire. They even said anyone that is a doctor that wants to be employed today is open to come and approach the Ministry of Health. But the question is, where are those doctors? Because we should understand that there are certain professionals that are difficult to train, and it or not. Kwara State government are the one that came out yesterday talk about that. Other states are suffering from the same thing. Even federal tertiary health facilities, there are shortage of doctors.
Now,
and they are not someone that can just be trained anyhow.
Because
an average institutions train like maybe 100, a maximum of 120 in a year.
If both of them are alluding to the same thing we've heard ever since we have this cry from the Kwara State government, I actually started from there because I was building somewhere. So looking at it from different angle. We know that we keep crying that the number of unemployment in Kwara is increasing. The number of tertiary institutions we have in Nigeria is also large. And yearly they produce doctors. My question is, part of those crying to be unemployed, I'm very sure medical practitioners are among them. Is it a question of we not producing quality graduates? Because I'm looking at the statement from the...
Well, thank you, the Hancock man. We have to note first that we're having a decade society, a decade system, and it has affected every segment. So it's not only the health sector, it has affected every segment. But the point is this: when you have people in ties, it's about contributing in that respect. But I wouldn't blame them. When they want to leave, they will leave. But not only doctors. That's number one. Number two, we have us serving, attending to people, serving, attending to people at a public-owned health facility. And he will can have his own, that will be the CMD. Even if he graduates, if he becomes a medical doctor today, tomorrow he can establish a private hospital and become the CMD. So rather than serving, you will decide that people who will, go to private tertiary institutions to stay there, but unless he is the owner of the hospital. So what I will advise the government to do is those the commissioner was saying yesterday. I know, so the head of the hospital management board was saying that in Kwara, it is expected that at least 200 medical doctors will be available at public health institutions. But as of now, we're having 87 instead of 200. And that's minimum of 200, but we're having 87, meaning that it's far, far, far away from the expected figure and the number of doctors that they should have. So what I would advise the government to do is this: why can't the government come up with a kind of relationship with owners of private hospitals? Because if you say no doctor, for example, I'm just using it as an example, I don't mean it, like possibly in Kayama, maybe there's only one medical doctor. I'm just, like I said,
an example.
Just an example. You have just one medical doctor. It doesn't mean that there won't be like 4 private hospitals there.
Who have now? See, the question is now. I think Elijah has taken me to where I'm going to.
Okay.
I know we've talked about brain drain. We've talked about Japa. I do not see this as the problem. University of Ilorin is producing doctors yearly. Yearly, they are producing doctors. It is expected that Kwasutu will be producing the minimal it can be producing yearly. That's true institution.
Just be told in the next 3 years, they have not been producing doctors in Kwasu.
At least Unilorin will be producing, let's say 10, which I know it will be greater than 10.
Of 100.
Probably 100 every year.
Yes.
So if we can get competent 50 from those 100, I just said 3 years right now.
Look,
we'll still have about
even among those that graduated from,
they're already planning to Japa.
But they are still available.
Let me tell you, I have a younger brother who actually practiced at UITH, but because of the welfare of the doctors there, he left for Igbinedo University, where he was properly taken care of. You get the point there. So definitely it is wherever the welfare package is better that most of these people will go to.
I personally feel this can only work for someone on the job. For someone who is employed, who is unemployed and looking for a job, you see something like this, As at that time, you do not have a choice.
It is
but the point
practically
is-
impossible for a medical doctor
That
to be
be
unemployed.
that is the point.
Even if you don't have anything, even in your house, you can't be.
What's the ratio?
There can't be a private hospital that
Without-
unless because they won't give them license now.
Without a doctor,
No,
I
there
don't
can't.
think
It's
so.
not. It's impossible.
Most
There's
of
one
these-
close to my house. I know they have doctors who run
It's
shifts.
even impossible for you to own a hospital without having a medical doctor now. Even if you go to all these pharmacies.
In some of the rural areas, we do have what we call maternity home. So, but people who refers to them as doctors.
Even
Some
No,
of
but
the
those are
health-
not. No,
even some of the health centers in the rural
I don't
areas.
think-
some
I don't think-
hospitals run by nurses.
No, I don't
What are we
think. No,
saying?
no, I don't think. No.
They may. You see, the thing is this. Officially, there will be doctors.
Get the point. Those are some of the things that the private university could actually harness the opportunity to actually train more medical personnel.
So it
Then-
means
then
we are.
that-
It
then
means
that's
we are.
another-
It means we, in terms of our production line, some which is what I'm alluding to.
Then Kwara is. I think they have another plan that some medical doctors from 400 level and above, the government will train them, will pay for their tuition fees, and after they graduate, at least they will work for state government for at least 3 years. So, but that program will materialize maybe in the next 3 to 4 years. That means if
We're talking about now.
That-
Why not
yeah,
just
it's
inculcate
part
those
of
who
the
are already in
future.
But they have to
600
start
level?
from
that to
somewhere.
come from somewhere now. So if that one is materialized now, we know that maybe an average of 50 doctors will be joining the service every year.
Yes.
At least for the next 5 years.
0913 655 6952. 0913 655 6952. WhatsApp is 0913 655 6864. Yesterday, we have the Kwara State government come to cry out about the lack of inadequate number of medical doctors in state health facilities. They want about 200 and they have less than 100 at this point in time. And they said they want to employ medical personnel, but they are also having difficulty employing competent. Speaks a lot about the quality of our production line, which is the educational sector producing our new graduate. What's your own opinion and what's your preferred solution to it? 0913 655 6952. WhatsApp is 0913 655 6864. That's the number to call and send messages on WhatsApp. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good
Your
morning,
name
sir.
and where
This
you are
is
calling
Arusi
from.
Oro.
Rotimi from Oworo. Thank you for calling Diamond 88.7 FM. Let's have your
All
contribution.
what the governor is saying and everybody, ẹnu ò ṣe. All this promising for government. Most of these things, if you look at the way they are doing now, it's just on paper. Nothing has been proved productively. So I will advise them to do the best thing. Things are spoiled. Everybody that wants to make it right. I want to say there's no any single local hospital. Some of them have a part-time doctor. No hospital in local center doesn't have. Yes, they have part-time, and even they may be from one party to another party. No good manifesto on their hand.
Thank you.
Consumption of our money. Thank you. Corruption. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Also, have a nice day. 0913 655 6952. What do you think is the problem? Why is Kwara State government finding it difficult to employ competent medical practitioner within the state? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Winner from Gakonbi.
Winner from Gakonbi. Thank you for calling
Yeah.
Diamond 88.7 FM. Let's have your contribution.
So the problem you are discussing starts from when students are writing jam. A lot of students that are competent, they don't get admission. I'm telling you the truth. I know some people that they have been seeking to go for medicine because medicine is and it's not supposed to be. That's our problem.
Thank
so
you.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much for that last statement. Anything we do, let's pray for Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. 0913 655 6952. Don't forget you can also send messages on WhatsApp 0913 655 6864. Let's also look at what he is talking about in terms of doing jump. Let's see if I can take this call before we get back to the conversation. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Alaji Anifoshi from airport.
Alaji Ani Ushufoshi from airport.
Yes.
Let's have your
Thank you so
contribution.
much. You see, around 1976, when I was employed in the hospital, I'm not a medical doctor. We work with so many distant doctors. I don't know why they could not recruit from other countries to this country. Then they start practicing our own.
System will take you out. Because it's one of the most professionalized course in this country.
So you don't think it has a politicized?
Even at least I know some schools that use merit. Even if they put politics and put you there, for you to graduate, you have to merit it.
Hello, good morning.
The system will even purge you out because every year after you have a good grade in your department, you will be writing the national course every year.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. I'm only giving the way forward for the state government and the federal. They should allow free education. Yes, we have so many children who are competent, have a very good result at JAMB, but they cannot afford the school fees. That is the major cause we have problem. Yes, let us encourage free education. That's why I was giving that of UB Dori Obasanjo. We don't have enough teachers in the school. He introduced UB, whereas you have your own level. Yes.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Well appreciated. But right now we need to go on this quick commercial break. We'll come back from the commercial break. Then we discuss our next topic. This has to do with politics. The recent press conference for the former. Welcome back from that quick commercial break. You're still listening to Editors Hangout on Diamond 88.7 FM. Here in the beautiful city of Ilorin, the capital of Kwara State, Nigeria, North Central Nigeria. Still have my fellow colleagues, senior colleague, veteran colleague, vast experience, Alhaji Akin Lulu. Also have Mr. Abiodun with me, and also the general manager of Diamond 88.7 FM, Mao. Stay with me in the studio discussing issues around not just Nigeria but also in our dear state, Kwara. Let's move to the political issue. Let's move to the one that has to do with Nasser El-Rufai. On Monday, I think it was on Monday, Nasser El-Rufai was in Kano, gave a bit of his own press conference talking about coalition, the reason behind the coalition. This is like the opportune time we're coming here to talk about the coalition, because it feels like it's the hope come 2027 general election. We need to have an option into that election. El-Rufai seems to be. He went ahead to also read his own political CV. So some Nigerians have tried to be doing mathematics, the abstract mathematics, putting one or two together. Are we looking at them bringing a northern candidate in 2027? Because when you look at some of majority of where we've had the largest outcry from some who supported the president during the 2023 general election, who seem not to be supporting him right now, majority of the outcry is coming from the north. Is this what we are looking at for the coalition to stand in 2027, a northern candidate?
Well, I think one of the cardinal objective of this coalition is to look. I think what was one of that is the North agenda, and I think it's not new. Whenever we have a southern president in Nigeria, it's always a North agenda. But as far as I'm concerned, I believe that when it's time for politicking, that's when we talk about North and South dichotomy. When you talk about our general welfare, we talk about doctors now. Japa is affected part of the country, but the North will not come out and said, okay, let us defend our country that will not be Japa again. They remove the fuel subsidy. We are not talking about North and South that time. Now, it's when we talk about politics now that you look at North and South issue.
Yeah, interest is different at that level.
Yeah, so at that level, I think that's when, and that's why I will expect the electorate to be more wide this time around, because the ruling class, as far as I'm concerned, whether you are in this party A or party B, they are the same thing. But as Nigeria, what will be our charges? What are the credentials? Because these are the people that are clamoring for another coalition. They are the one that brought the coalition in 2015 that produced Buhari. And we know that it was not better than Jonathan. So, and what they promised that time, 2015, do they fulfill it? So, and these people that are clamoring for North now, they are the one that produced Tinubu in quotes. So, what changed now? So, all of them have to be.
Because
And having Nigeria means
I can only pick between the options in front of me.
we have many options. In every election we have more than many options. Last election we have more than 8 candidates now.
Are you not saying I should go and vote for Moyole Sowore?
We have apart from like we have a lot of candidates too. We have one in SDP, the son of the son of the son of even the son of one of the son of MK Abiola.
Yes.
So one of the came out now.
We'll be seeing El-Rufai competing for presidency in 2027.
Other people here.
Could El-Rufai be competing in 2027?
Well, talking about the opposition parties, teaming up together to come up with a platform, a credible alternative. It may be a mirage, and it may seem to be a mirage, but it may eventually, become a reality. So the point is, opposition parties teaming up together is not strange. It's not alien to Nigerian democracy.
Mm-hmm.
We had it in 1959. We had it in 1979. So, and we had it in 2013. There were 10 governors from 4 political parties.
Mm.
And the rest of the governors were members of
Of the
PDP.
PDP.
Before the 5 governors NPDP joined them. So this is 2025.
Mm-hmm.
2027 election will hold in 2027.
Obviously, by the grace of God.
By the grace of God, may God spare our lives.
Amen.
Anything that would change what the government assume is the present state of things or present situation.
Okay. If they are beginning to talk about a northern candidate, and let's look at the chances of a northern candidate and how Nigerians will receive the northern candidate.
Let me add to what you are saying. El-Rufai might be and might not be a candidate, but one thing is certain, that the historical past that led to the coalition in 2013 is not the same with what is happening now presently in 2025. Because 2013 was 2 years to 2015 election. 20 trust that will bring an end to this issue. And APC has always been in power. Remember, PDP was in power for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
APC will need maybe another 16 years if history will repeat itself for them to be flushed out of office. Because when you look at political history generally, it's always a issue of history repeating itself from country to country over time.
Let's get it straight to our listener. What we are saying right now is there's no chance of any opposition come 2027, because for the ruling party to use 16 years, that means the incumbent
will involve a strategy.
Even before the coalition, let's even get the perspective. Even before the coalition, ACN alone, led by Tinubu that time, we know the kind of opposition they were giving to Jonathan. CPC and their spokesperson Odumaki.
Yes.
We know the kind of opposition we are getting from them. Lai Mohammed, we know how vocal he was. Who is speaking now?
Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi.
Okay, they were speaking. Peter Obi. Okay, Fubara was in PDP. He was removed in Rivers State. No protest in National Assembly.
No, we see Timothy Silva.
Okay, the only person.
Exactly.
During the time when Tamba was elected as the Speaker of House of Rep, we know how the ACN caucus collide with some people to attack Tambua to make sure that the party candidate did not emerge that time. We know the kind of politics these people like Badabia played in the House of Rep that time. Are we seeing the same thing? I like to talk about 10 governors that time. How many governors this coalition bring it to the table?
So are we saying the coalition is almost not strong?
So even about the coalition, my own issue about even other coalition is
we can't go with some of the assumptions in the studio.
I want to make 3 clarifications. Number 1, I will urge us and particularly those who belong to APC and who are loyalists of President Bola Tinubu, that they should not be.
Not in this studio, right?
Not, no, I'm talking
Okay.
of people
Also,
listening.
the
at
listener.
home. Because they should not be complacent. I could remember in 2013, 2014, comment like this. People were saying, there was even a traditional ruler, a prominent traditional ruler. He has joined this.
Alaji, see, the conversation is not about being complacent or not. Now, my conversation is whether those in the bloc or in the party of the APT, supporters or even the politician, the actors, they decide to be complacent. That's their business. A business that we are discussing, giving me something different. Like Mr. King said, that I feel at that time I can trust as a Nigerian, not Adeyemi sitting in the studio, that I can trust.
Excuse me, Mr. Adeyemi, it doesn't work that way. Chief Ganifa Wemi contested in this country. He was a candidate. Even in Ondo State, where he did get a vote.
But that was what the APC.
That
was what the APC did in 2015.
I was trying to make a point. You understand? In Nigeria, we have this Nigerian factor in everything we do. In Nigeria, it's not about the candidates, it's about the people presenting him. It is about the platform presenting him.
Exactly the point. Exactly the point we are making. Alaji, is exactly the point we are making.
I was trying to marshal out my point, and I was telling you that in 2013, a prominent traditional ruler who has now joined his ancestors was with the most prominent in the north. I don't want to mention it. And have second address. That is why.
What do we mean by second address?
Second address is I'm a medical doctor, I'm a politician. So I won't, because of the 10,000 they will give me, I will not say the truth or stand by the truth. But majority of them now, they don't have second address. So the government in power can throw money around, and people will get influenced interimly. That was the point I wanted to make. The fact that people are defecting will not in any way imply that they will all vote for the incumbent president in 2027. People were with Jonathan until the last minute before they left. There was a meeting, don't forget, that Fayose claimed that he saw Adamu Muazu at Tinubu's residence in Abuja before 2015 election. Were you not aware? So it's not about people say, okay, the north, they will be
a form of federal spread or federal character. They are now raising issues of Yoruba.
So it's all about tribalism.
That's why I said if I support any coalition, let's present a common front. This
exactly
issue of tribalism, nepotism, we are tired of it. Okay, what is coalition going to bring to the table? What an Nigeria is going to benefit from it?
They've also accused President Bola Tinubu of nepotism.
Nepotism. Okay, these people, when they mention AGF, Fagbemi, they say it's not from the north. When they mention
the powerful ministers are from Yoruba land. Fashola, the minister for finance, almost all the major ministries, even ministers, and he never for once appointed a chief of staff from Katsina, and he never for once appointed more than one minister from Katsina.
But
we have like 4 ministers from Ogun State, 2 from Lagos.
Almost all the appointments in Buhari's administration.
What we are saying is that I've given
majority of the appointments are much more.
There was still a
we are sovereign now. Does not matter whether you are from north or from the south. All of us are bearing the brunt.
We should be talking about the best candidates.
That is why. But whenever they are combined, that's my own point. Okay, if I go to buy market, going to market now, someone from the north will not buy better than.
Naira from the north different from the naira from the south.
So Nigerians should think better. Whenever that will be a recurring decimal. Whenever they want to bring something like, you remember this issue of tax issue too. They start with we could not benefit from the north. And I tell people when they remove the cost of they are not talking about the north. So this politics in Nigeria, that's why I advise Nigerians, we should growth more than this.
We should reorientate ourselves
and grow.
We should stop talking about
tribe and gender and what else.
We should talk about merits. At our individual level, we should also promote that.
And this is the Nigerian I'm expecting. This is the Nigerian kind of political leverage I'm expecting. Okay, bring candidate.
Let's look at everybody in the coalition.
Most of them are from the north.
Is there anybody that could contest who we can claim as a merit that supersedes
in the south? The southwest, Fayemi has denied. Even Adewale that they said maybe the coalition has not said anything about it.
He might not say anything in 2025, but everybody know it's not just one night meeting.
Even if those people are even joining,
we are journalists. All you need to have is a breaking news.
But even if those two are joining, what is their political strengths? What is their spread in the southwest? So these are issues we should look at.
Good morning. I won't dispute that they are quack, unqualified and incompetent ants across any field, including doctor. Meanwhile, what are the criterion used to determine the level of nature of their incompetency? I would ask this because medical practitioners go under a series of tests and retest before being satisfied. I will also tell you that teachers do series of exams before being satisfied, and teachers also are more competent than themselves.
I want to greet all our fathers in the studio, including Mao. So may God bless every one of you abundantly.
Amen.
So on the issue of health, we just have some corrections on the issue of health. I used to be saying it that we just need to change. We can't be doing something the same way and be expecting a different result. I know that all your conversation is about how everything will be better for Nigerians. I just want to commend your efforts. May God bless you. Dr. Lanre Okiki from Itakure.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lanre Okiki from Itakure, commending our efforts in the studio. But it's your effort that is much more bigger. We're just here to analyze the situation and just give you an insight of what is happening in our dear nation, Nigeria. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Mr. Abdurazak Salman.
Mr. Abdurazak Simon, calling from where?
Calling from Ilorin here.
From Ilorin. Let's have your contribution, Mr. Abdurazak.
Do you know what Eruva is doing?
I don't know. Please explain.
He was a governor for 8 years in Kaduna.
I know that.
And his son was in the rep right now. And they are not serving the interests of Nigeria. They are serving the interests of themselves and how to make more money. Now, the politics is, we are now in 2025, and we are still going to 2027. And he's saying there's a coalition. What type of coalition is he assembling? It's not. They don't have any interest at all. God bless Nigeria. Bye bye.
Thank you very much for your contribution. But please, when we call into the studio, let's be mindful of the words and our contribution on the show. This one says, "Good morning in the studio. The problem of PDP, the only party that should be challenging the APC is Atiku. If anyone in Nigeria is happy with the situation of this cross-carpeting, that person is not thinking properly. The power will be too much and governance will never be a priority, particularly in 2027. 2027 election is popular in 2025 because of the fact that common Nigerians are hopeless and politicians, both serving and not serving, are hoping to get the share of 2027 and so on. Atiku should go and rest by facing his business and abandon political arena. I don't think there will be a strong coalition to overpower APC looking at the situation on ground." Ayekyoto from Ganiki Songo. Thank you very much for your contribution. We need to start taking our last words on the show. Our time is really fast spent. Let me start from Mao. Let's take our last words on the show. But before we take our last words, let's quickly go on this quick commercial break. We'll come back, then we say our goodbyes on the show. You're still listening to Editor's Hangout on Diamond 88.7 FM. Quick commercial break. We'll be back.
I have here with me today a consultant from Century 21 Freedom Group International to discuss with us a financial project. May we meet you?
Good day. I'm Alita, a consultant with Century 21 Freedom Group International. The financial project is a business and mentoring school that is in partnership with Century 21 Freedom Group International. We work with forward-thinking individuals to help them reach their goal, achieve their golden aspirations for this year. because the economy of every country is the sum total of the small businesses in that country. If all the businesses in Nigeria are doing well, the economy in Nigeria would also be doing quite well. This campaign was launched years ago as a project under the umbrella of Century 21 Freedom Group International. We have recorded huge successes. We at the Financial Project have understood that what prevents most people from pursuing their dreams is a lack of finance. So if you want to be among the participants, send YES to
09076725423.
Welcome back from that quick commercial break. Don't forget to still edit us Hangout and Diamond 88.7 FM.